Anyway, we're live streaming now, so
We're doing introduction to on-device AI today.
welcome
So we're gonna talk
everybody.
about it. We're gonna get into the very nuts and bolts of it. We're gonna have
Well,
fun. It's gonna be only an hour
welcome.
today because I've got an important work meeting I have to go to. Can't get out of it, unfortunately. Um, but it's fine. So we're gonna talk about some things. Yeah. So introduction to on-device AI is our topic today.
Absolutely.
So let me go promote this real quick.
We only have about 6 weeks left,
We
or
do,
8. I
yeah.
guess it's 8 or 9 or 7. I don't know. Basically 2 months.
We're getting to the end of the year, so I think we'll eventually are we gonna have a whole talk about the whole we've already figured it out, but I think we're gonna brace people for what's gonna happen next year because we are gonna have it at the same date and time for now.
There you
So
go. Techopolis. For those who are watching who don't know, Techopolis is going to take this over. Because while the Laurel Wheeler Foundation is extremely proud and happy of all that we've accomplished, there's only one of me. And, we're not a big organization. While we're very grateful for our supporters and friends, we don't have like 50 volunteers or anything crazy. It's me and my family primarily, and those who can at times come alongside. So there's only one of me, which is what I'm saying. And I need to focus on, you know, other things next year. And I've given all I have to give towards this. I am super proud of all that we've accomplished, but we've moved way, way beyond my coding skills and my knowledge and my ability to contribute. So I'm letting Techopolis take it over. Hey, can you get rid of all the AI bots?
yeah, I tried to, and they keep coming back
I
for
know,
me.
it's very frustrating.
Um,
But anyway, guys, so Techopolis will be taking this over in 2026. I'm really excited about all that you're going to accomplish and everything that you're going to do with it, and where this is headed. I think it's great. We're proud to have been a partner in it, and we can't wait to see what will happen next. So,
yes. So
yeah.
real quick, I'm just trying to um just get some things real quick sorted out real quick. And then we'll talk about introduction to on-device AI. This is always something I like to talk about, so it's really interesting.
Absolutely.
All right. ChatGPT is having problems, I think, so I'm trying to sort that out real quick. Hold on, let me.
And I know nothing about on-device AI except for on Apple, but this is a topic of interest to me because I'm interested in like how other models can be run on device, and for what kinds of application, whether it
Yeah,
be
so let's get.
coding, or whether it be picture or video making, or whether it be describing things, or whether it be gameplay or writing tools, or whatever it might be. It's interesting to me.
Yeah, so let's get started. I don't want to waste time because we have a little less time than we normally do because of work meeting. So, yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Taylor from Techopolis, and today we're doing an introduction to on-device AI. We're talking about what it is, how it can be used, different things to keep in mind. So this is going to be kind of a part one of part two. So next week, hopefully, I'm praying that we have a full block of time, and then we'll really get into the practical applications. But before we get into the practical stuff, I really want to take a little bit of time to understand, how it works, and so that way you guys can talk the language in a sense. Because before you actually try the on-device AI, you need to actually know what it is capable of and how it works and why you should use it and maybe why you shouldn't use it. That's what we're going to be focusing on today. So, really quickly, again, if you have questions in the chat, go ahead and put them in YouTube. And then I put the information if you want to join us on stream. You could do that as well. And yeah, so that's what we're doing. Very excited about this. So let me quickly get a couple things in order, and then I will begin with the first topic. So let's see really fast if I can get this working here. Okay. All right. So let me quickly, I'm just trying to get, there we go. Okay. So let's start with, oh, really? Okay. Sorry. This is being stupid. Okay. We are now ready. So if I can get this stuff out of my way real quick. So let's start off with a simple question, I guess, or a statement. What do you guys think on-device AI is? Right? Maybe pretty obvious. But what do you think it is? Anybody know? This is just a question for the chat or for the Zoom participants. What is on-device AI?
Models that run without having to go run on a server or some different platform, they're running on your
Yeah,
device.
they are, yes. Now, so we understand that models are running on your device. They don't run on the cloud. So there are two types of AI model, two types of places where AI models can run. There is the cloud, which everybody's familiar with. Think about ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, a bunch of others. Those are running on the cloud. So how those work is there's a data center where the models are on a server somewhere, and when you ask it a question, it will query that data center and the model and give you a response. But it's using like a lot of power and a lot of energy and other things in that data center. Okay, so there's many different data centers around the world, and
Hey,
the
Alfredo.
big labs use them. Actually, well, all cloud providers use them, and they can be very, very energy inefficient, right? Because people are having to, how many times you query AI every day, right? So that's something that people are always concerned about is the environmental impact. We'll talk about that later. So yeah, cloud AI runs on the cloud. It is in a data center in some location all over the world, right? Maybe in like, your country or may not be, who knows? And the other thing to know is that the on device, so now we're talking about on device AI. So we know that cloud AI works on the cloud. So basically, it will go to a data center somewhere, right? We understand that. However, how does on device AI work? Well, on device AI works kind of if you think about like an offline map or an offline something. It's basically a model that can work offline. It does not need a data connection, it does not need anything. Now, there is one exception to this rule, and let's say you're downloading a model. So on-device AI can either come in two forms. They can come in where you download the model. Think about things like, we'll talk about this more next week, LM Studio or OpenWeb UI or others where you actually download the models. Or they can come in another form where they're bundled models. The best example of this is the Apple models that are released with Apple Intelligence, the Apple Foundation models. So the only time if you're using the downloaded models you'll need an internet connection is when you're actually downloading the models. Who are these models good for? Well, they're good for anybody who wants to save costs, because remember they're free. They're also good for anybody who's curious and concerned about the environment. They're also anybody who wants to tinker and see what they can do on their device. And they're also good for maybe if you're in a situation where the internet may not be fully available or it's slow, you could still interact with AI. Okay, so those are the primary situations where people would be interested. Or you're just a tinkerer and you want to see what's possible. Okay, so that's also another reason. Now, another thing to keep in mind is that these may not be as accurate as the cloud models. So these models come in what are called parameters. Okay. So a parameter is basically like how big the model is and like how much data and other things that it can hold. Okay, so for example, if we take the Apple foundation models, it's a 3B parameter. So if you've ever heard this B, this parameters before, what that means is it's 3 billion. Okay, because it's 3 billion parameters. Now some of them might be like 70 billion, or they might abbreviate it to say 70B, which basically means 70 billion parameters. The other thing is that some of them could be like 70M. You're thinking 70M, what is that? It's actually million parameters. So that's even smaller than like a billion parameters. Okay. And then you're thinking, well, how much resources does this take? That's a good question. So the resource limits depend on how big the model is. So generally, again, this all depends on the model itself, but here's some good guidelines to follow. The first thing is that if the model is like less than a billion parameters, right? It's probably going to take like 1 gig of RAM or maybe less. Okay, so that's really interesting to note. If it's 1B or 1 billion parameters, it'll probably take either 1 to 2 gigs. And then if it's 2B parameters, it could take like 4 gigs, and it can go up and up from there. So the other thing to note is that if you download the model, the storage, so like it'll say like this model is 3 GB, does not always correspond to the RAM. Okay, the RAM on your computer, that means. Okay, so that's something to note as well. With that all being said, there's also other things to keep in mind if you're trying to find a good model for your device. And we'll get into that in just a second. But really, what you have to know is that models come in all shapes and sizes, they come in different forms. So there's something in the models, it's called multimodality. And what that means is what the model will support. Most models, if not all of them, support text. Okay, that's just your basic run of the mill output, input and output. Okay, text. Some will support image, while some will support video, and some will support other different kinds of outputs. Okay, so what you can create images or create other things with some of these models. Okay, but the most popular one by far is text. Okay, so you're probably thinking this all sounds great. All right, this really, it's great. It's awesome. It's what I want to do. But you're thinking, what do I need to do though? Like, how big can these models be in the context window? So there's another thing you have to keep in mind, and that's called the context window. That's basically between the input and output of like, so let's say you have 4,000 characters. So basically it's like 4,000 tokens. So a token is simply, it could be like 2 or 3 characters or almost a whole word. It just depends. So what you're thinking about here is how big is this context window? So the context window refers to the amount of data a model can hold before it forgets. Okay. Amount of data the model can hold before it forgets. Something that's very important because if you go over that context window, you may have seen with ChatGPT, if you ask it something that you told it earlier, you'll notice it forgets. Okay. Have you guys had that before? You asked
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT or other models?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's because the context window has been exhausted. Okay. And some models will even say like summarizing. And if it says summarizing, you know that it's pretty much almost done. So you may want to start a new chat. Okay. But this is more of an issue on on-device AI models because some of the context window is not as big as what you'd see in the cloud models. Okay. So that's kind of something to keep in mind. Okay. So, um, what do you guys have any questions so far? What do you guys think?
I think this is really cool. And I always, I was trying to figure out the different models and stuff on my own. And so it's good to talk about like the millions or billions of parameters, how they note that, and like what all this stuff really means, you know?
Yeah, and something else. Techopolis is coming out with something that's really cool, and I'm super excited. We're going to actually open source this. But we're also going to make it in the App Store. So if people want to purchase it, it's going to be like $2 or $3. It's going to be called the Perspective Studio. And what this is like the LM Studio I've talked about earlier, where you can run models on your device and see if they will work with your amount of RAM and other things. But the problem with LM Studio is that it's not accessible. The Perspective Studio will be fully accessible, and it will eventually be coming to Windows as well. So that's something to note if you guys are interested in that. Again, it's going to be really cheap, and you can also, if you don't want to pay for it, you can download the code on GitHub and put it in Xcode and run it for yourself. But we want to
Awesome.
at least make some profit off of this because it's going to be open source. People can learn from the code, but if they want the full finished product, they can, or not finished product. If they want the full like app, they can go purchase it for like $2 or $3. Pretty cheap, one time, no subscription. So yeah, that's going to be coming out in the next few weeks. I'm very excited about it, and you guys will definitely like it because it will say, for example, with one of these models, hey, this one's not compatible with your device, or this one works well on your device, or this one might be slow on your device. So it takes the guesswork out for you. Okay. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, let's talk about other things as well. So, did you turn off the waiting room, Laurel?
I did.
All
Yeah,
right.
we've had Alfredo and David join, and yeah,
Well, I have no alerts on, so thank you for letting me know that.
yeah.
So, do you guys have any questions before I continue? Let's see.
I'd say so far so good.
Yes, I think so. So, let's see. Now we're going to talk about something else with on-device AI. And this is what you've been waiting for. How do I choose the right model? Or what models are good? What models should I stay away from? That's a good question. So there's a few different models that you can choose. Actually, well, there's actually a lot. And then I'm also going to cover how you get models. Okay, because you're like, well, great, this all sounds fantastic. How do I get them? So we'll start with the most basic level. The most basic level is that let's say you're using your iPhone and you have the newest Apple Intelligence features. Okay. Well, we're actually making an app and it's almost ready for release. We're excited. It's called Perspective AI. And that uses the Apple Foundation models, the new models that they came out with this year. And congratulations, you're already using on-device AI. Isn't that awesome? And it automatically works with your system. There's no configuration needed. It's just like plug and play, boom, boom, boom. All right. So that's where I'd first start. Start with the built-in models in your platform. In the case of like Windows or other things, I do not think. Oh, sorry. What was somebody trying to say something? Maybe not. Laurel, were you trying to say something?
No,
Maybe I don't know.
I don't think so.
Oh, weird. Okay. Anyway, that was weird.
What'd you
Um,
hear?
I don't know. Just like somebody trying to speak. Maybe it was like Zoom static.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear anyone say anything.
Okay.
But if you
So
guys have something to comment, I mean, just interrupt her. Pipe up.
please, like, I want this to be very interactive because next week you guys are gonna try this yourself. Well, we're gonna walk through some things. Okay. So,
And aside from Apple
um.
Intelligence 2, before we end today, let us know what types of models are accessible enough so that people know what to download for next week if they don't have on-device Apple. You know?
Oh my, we have 4 people watching. All right, let me go check chat. We got a bunch of chat messages. Hold on. Pause.
Like so, because like my phone is not a Apple Intelligence phone, so I'll want to know like what other stuff to try too.
Oh, trust me, I'm gonna get into that in just a second. We got chat messages. Hey, Gaming with Ears, welcome to the channel. Thank you guys. We've had a lot of people in chat today. You guys must like the subject. Um, yeah, you guys really like this, so um, anyway, yes. What model? So let me talk about this then. where do you get models, right? Because we're talking about all this. Where do you get them? There's a variety of different ways to get them. Okay, so the first way is there's a site called Ollama, OLLAMA.com. Let me go put that in Zoom so you guys find it. Okay. All right, so Ollama.com. Okay. Let's see, hold on. Let me go put this in chat real quick. If I can. Ollama. Hold on, let me go put this in chat. Let me go put this in chat real fast, and then we'll get started with more of these sites. So I'd keep these in the back of your mind here. If I can actually chat. Okay. Hold on. Shoot. Sorry, chat's being a little strange. Okay. I don't know if I would build chat. That's strange. It's not letting me chat. Weird. Okay, hold on. I want to send it to everybody. Is that not an option? That's strange. Okay, I also figured that. So it's OLLAMA.com. I don't know why it's not letting me chat. That's strange. Ollama. Okay, so Ollama.com. This is ran by Meta, aka Facebook. And it's really cool because it is with a lot of models. Now, something to note is that you can. So you're wondering, how do I start with this now? If you're like an adventurer, a tinkerer, you want to get
Yes.
going.
Please. Oh
All right,
my God. Yes.
I'm
I'm
going
a
to give you a
tinkerer.
preview. Hold on. Let me show you.
I'm a tinkerer.
All right, hold on. Parallel, shut up. Okay,
I don't know how many of you guys out there also love to tinker, but I am a huge tinkerer,
I'll
if
show
that's
you.
even a word.
I will show you what to do. So the simplest way, if you want to run models in your terminal, you can do that. I'll show you. So let me here. Let me show you what I can do here. I'm gonna use my
So, okay,
Mac.
question.
Hmm.
Are all the on-device AI models, besides Apple, we're not counting Apple, like all these other ones that you can download, do they run only via terminal or do they have their own apps?
No, so
I
they
just want to
run.
make sure people understand the framework because I know that when you're just random searching the web or asking GPT, it can be confusing.
It
So I want to
can. So
start there, if you don't mind.
that's okay. So there are many different what I call model aggregators
Like,
out
I hope
there.
you don't mind us taking a step back for a second and talking about how these actually like run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I
like
think
I
that's
said,
important.
I love talking about this stuff.
Yeah. I just
So
think it's important to fill that little gap in before you show us real quick.
model aggregators, what are these? So these are sites or different apps that you can download that will let you run multiple models from multiple different websites, multiple different providers. Okay. So these are what I keep saying is Open Web UI. It's okay, it's not very accessible. LM Studio, same thing, not very accessible. There's also Violama, but again, it's not as feature rich as some of the others. And those are the main applications. And of course, once we get ours out, it's going to be called Perspective Studio. And I've got a huge deal that I'm coming out with. So watch out. I'm getting something in the works here. So Perspective Studio, again, is really cool because it will let you search models on different websites and download them and then be able to chat with them in the same application without having to do any terminal stuff. Okay. So that is going to be coming out hopefully very soon. And I'm really excited about it. But besides that, again, there's Open Web UI and LM Studio. Those are the main ones. And then if you want to run them in your terminal, the main way to do that is through ollama.com. Okay. That's strange.
Oh, llama. I don't know. I always just think of it that way. Oh, llama.
Yeah. So, are you guys ready for something?
Do it. Do
Okay.
it.
So, first, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to install Ollama. So, go to ollama.com. I already have it installed. And then you can find install and install for your platform. Okay. So, that's step one. I've already done this. So, let me go find a model to pull real quick. Hold on. Please wait while I think about what I'm going to download. Because I got a lot on my computer already. So, let me think here. I'm going to show you guys the whole process. Nope, not doing that one. Let's see. I will pull. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking through ollama.com. Let's do. And yes, there's also vision models on here, y'all. So you could have a lot of fun putting images and replicating Be My AI. Okay. I will warn you, this could eat up a lot of your time. Okay. I'm just letting you know. So let me show you guys what we do here. I'm gonna turn my speech rate. Let's start with, let's see. Let's see. I need to turn on my speech real quick. All right. Okay, so I've turned it down. Let me open up a terminal. So are you guys ready?
Yes.
Here we go.
But we can't hear your screen reader.
No, you can't because I haven't shared my screen yet.
Okay. I just didn't know if you.
Zoom share toolbar
There we
window
go, there we
system
go.
dialog.
All right.
There we go.
So I'm doing this on a Mac. Okay, so step one, find the terminal application. Okay, so I'm just gonna do Spotlight and press
Selection deleted. TERMINAL.
terminal.
Terminal. Video test. Space.
I'm already
Video
in the
test.
directory. I don't care.
Vid
I was
full
messing
screen
around with some
button.
on-device models earlier today.
Minim full screen.
That didn't work too well.
Terminal.
Not too happy.
Space.
Now,
Space with terminal containing.
shut up, voiceover. Okay, so here's what you can do. First, in order to see if you have Ollama, that's step one. I'm just gonna type Ollama.
OLLAMA.
Enter.
ZSH.
Uh-oh.
Command not found. Ollama. Base.
Really?
Video test.
Well, looks like I don't have Ollama, even though I thought I did. Okay, I guess I should just show the whole process here. All
Yeah,
right.
you do.
Let's do it. So I'm gonna go to my browser.
Dock. Apps. Safari.
I'm
Terminal.
going to-
Video test.
let's see.
Safari is space with applications Xcode. Finder.
Oh,
And
shut up.
open location. UGLA. A. CLM. Llama.
I'm gonna show you guys how to do this.
Navig. Visit
There you
links
go,
menu.
download.
Download. 3-item link. Download. Visited. Link. And end
Okay,
of banner.
yeah,
Heading level
headings.
1. Down. Navigate. Link. Mac OS. Link. Linux. Link. Mac OS. Banner. Visited link.
Can't believe I
GitHub.
don't
Heading
have
level
these
1.
songs.
Navigation. Visited link. Linux. Heading not found.
Oops.
Link. End of link. Download for Mac OS. Requires Mac OS 14 Sonoma or later. Link. Download
Yes.
for Mac OS. Download has started.
Okay, I'm downloading
OHT
it.
reload collection. Downloads. Button clear. Button pop clear. Button out.
Looks like a
Download and first
standard-
Ollama. And the for show and finder.
Can't believe I
Button.
don't have
Finder.
Ollama.
Screen.
What the
Ollama.
world is wrong with me?
DM open.
I just had to reset my Mac.
Now
a
in
few weeks
Ollama.
ago,
Win
so
Ollama.
I guess I
App.
don't.
Applic. Open.
Open.
Needs attention. Ollama. This item don't open. Default.
Open.
Finder. Ollama. Window. Icon view. Collection. One item selected.
I think I gotta
Ollama.
move
Icon
my
view.
apps.
Collection.
Hold on.
One item
Need to do
selected.
list view real quick.
List view. Table. Row. Applications. Alien. Ollama. App. Copy. Ollama. App.
Okay.
Now in download. Now in searching
close
this Mac.
this real
Now in
quick,
English
too.
window. Week 4
Close
assignment.
this.
Play now an paste item. Zoom. Alama. Open. Needs attention. Help. Alexa. Can't open.
All right.
Default
And they
finder.
also have a new
Password.
GUI as well.
Application. System
I
dialog.
can demonstrate that.
Alama.
It's not most accessible.
Taylor password.
Putting my password because I had to move it from the downloads to
Finder.
applications.
Applications. Window.
And
List
then
view. Table. Row 41 of 76. Alama. App application. November 1st.
should work
2025 at
now.
12.
Maybe.
Terminal. Terminal.
Me
Vid space with zoom mute.
back
Spotlight.
Oops.
Spot
didn't mute
zoom.
myself.
Finder.
Hold on.
Find Safari. Parallels. Windows 11. Xcode. Visual Studio Finder. Zoom.
Hold
Zoom.
on. I think I'm.
Audio now muted.
Oh,
Audio
okay,
now
good.
unmuted.
I
Spotlight.
muted myself.
Spot
Terminal.
TRM.
Let's see if this works now.
Zoom. Terminal. Base. Tilde. Usage.
There we go.
Alama flags. Alama command. Available commands. Serve start Alama create a model show information for a model run a model stop a running model pull a model from a registry push a model to a registry sign in to Alama sign out from Alama list models PS list running models CP copy a model RM remove a model help about any command flags H help for Alama V version show version information use Alama command help for more information about a command base tilde.
So you, and by the way, I have the Oh My ZSH. That's why it reads like that. So you guys, and then the base is a Python environment that I always have active in case I need to mess with something. So you guys just heard Olama, right? So I went ahead, downloaded it from olama.com. I installed it, and then I typed Olama in the terminal. And guess what? I've got Olama now. So does this make sense to everyone? The same process is on Windows as well.
So far, so good, I think.
Okay, so let me I need to maximize my terminal. So
Taylor full minimize full screen button.
All right.
Terminal.
Now I'm going to do Olama. Space
Alama.
pull.
Pull.
I think it's Llama.
Ll.
AMA.
Llama 3. Llama
3.2.
Period 2.
Colon.
Llama 3.2 colon.
Latest.
LATEST. Latest new line. Pulling D5A3S.
So what this will do is I just have this command memorized. It will pull the latest version of Llama 3.2. And that's like 4 gigs. Okay. So I've got pretty fast internet. This won't take me a whole lot longer. But
64 MB/S16s.
so you guys hear it's pulling, right? So I'm actually messing with models in real time now. I'm pulling them down from Olama.com, and then I'm going to chat with them. Okay. So what I've done is I've Olama pull. And if you click on a model on Olama.com, you can actually see the
space. Pulling 966, pulling FCC5, pulling A70FF, pulling 56B, pulling 34B, verifying SHA 200, writing manifest success, base, tilde, base, tilde, base, tilde.
See, I already downloaded it. Olama.
Alama, RUN, run, LLAMA. 3, Llama 3 period 2, colon, ATEST, dots 236.
Okay.
Dots 145.
Okay.
Greater than.
When you hear this greater than, you're good to type. Okay? So do you guys hear this, right? So I pulled it, I'm running it now, and now I can type. Did this all make sense? Again, this process is on all operating systems.
Yeah, so whenever you said that you're pulling it from Olama, you were downloading the model?
Yes. And this is the part that would need internet connection. So, yes. And obviously I could demonstrate, but I'm not going to because I don't want to get lost out of the Zoom call. But I could theoretically turn on airplane mode and still chat with this model. Okay? But I'm not going to do that here because I don't want to get disconnected from my Zoom. Okay, now I'm at the prompt, so let me just type in a question. I'm going to say, what is the latest version of iOS?
iOS. Dots 145. Of my knowledge in December 17, 2012 of iOS check Apple most up to check for the /n time for the most current information.
Now.
Greater than.
You notice this was not a good experience. Why? Because it's automatically streaming in the terminal and it's just not a good, easy way to hear this, right? But it did work properly. It worked. But the problem is that this is not the best way to read this because it's obviously like it's just not great. So what I can do is I can just use the insert up or the VO up
And
arrow
out of
here.
text. Shell text
Oops,
and send a
interact.
new line. Please note new line. HT new you can
Let me
new
start
star
off
however
here.
star I new as of greater than as of my knowledge
Here,
greater than
this is a
greater than
prompt.
what is the latest version of iOS.
Down arrow, VO down.
As of my knowledge cutoff in December 2023, the latest version of iOS is
Uh-oh.
new line. Star iOS 17.4 released on March 7th, 2024.
Interesting.
Star however, please note that Apple typically releases new versions of iOS every year, and it's always best to check Apple's official website or authorized resellers for the latest and most up-to-date information. New line. You can also visit Apple's website to check for the latest version of iOS. New line. https://support apple.com/ns/ht200-2833. New line. Please note that this information may change over time, and I recommend verifying with Apple's official resources for the most current information. New line. Greater than send a message, / for help.
See? So that was all generated on device. There's no cloud activity going on there. I mean, yes, it's not fully accurate, but the fact is at least I could get something out of this. What do you guys think about this?
There's
So far,
other
so good.
there's
Go ahead,
other
sorry.
there's other models that are like up to date, right?
Yeah, so there's models that are being trained all the time. I just did this one because this is just the de facto, like, start here kind of thing.
Gotcha.
And there is support for pulling models from Hugging Face, which is another popular registry. But again, I don't exactly know how to do that. But let me show you. I'm going to go back to my window. Actually, no. I'll show you guys. Like, you can actually look and see what other like models you have. So let me go back to ollama.com.
Zoom,
I have
Finder,
open,
Safari.
so I do.
Safari, show and Finder,
I'll show you guys.
HTTP,
Refresh.
download
I
out of
don't-
image,
I don't-
toolbar, image, download a lot
Let me
and
go
nav
back.
banner.
Mm,
Visited, link, image, Ollama. Link, models,
models. I'll show you here what
Banner.
we have. Lots of
GPT
these.
OpenAI's open weight models designed for powerful reasoning, agentic tasks, and versatile developer use cases. Tools Thinking Cloud 20B 120B 4M Pools 5 tags updated 3 weeks ago. Link, heading level 2.
Obviously, I can't run any of those models.
Qwen 3VL, the most powerful vision language model in the Qwen model family to date. Vision Cloud 2 B4 B8 B30 B32 B235 B79.5K Pools 59 tag.
So, for example, if you got 16 gigs of RAM, you could probably get away with an 8B, which could take either 8 to 10 gigs of RAM, right? You don't want to try to run a 20B. It's just not going to work with your RAM. So that's kind of, and then of course, like if you've got like 24, 32 gigs, you could probably run like a 20B or 24, like, so it just kind of goes up from there. But again, the applications like LM Studio or other things will actually tell you if these models will work on your device or not. Okay, this will not. So that's the thing you have to keep in mind with ollama.com. It will not tell you. Okay, so let me click on one of these models real quick.
DeepSeek R1 Deep Qwen 3
let's
Coder
see,
Alibaba
find something.
Gemma 3 the current most
click on
actions
this
menu
Gemma
2
3.
items
Oops.
link heading level
Gemma
2
3 is
page
pretty good.
menu reader available.
It's the open source models from Google from Gemini.
Gemma 3 web item was
Oh, here
removed.
it is.
Navigation
Okay, interact,
heading
so I
level
could
2
actually
the
use
current
web.
notification from Discord Vision Couples left parent number gaming dash
Okay,
gaming 70
this
Battlefield
way,
6
let me go to Discord real
compass
quick.
map comma Zoom Finder Parallels test Windows Xcode Visual Studio
got,
Safari Terminal
Let
Zoom
me find
Finder
Discord. Oh, you know what? I
Parallels
don't
test
think it's
Windows
even
11
open. Whatever.
Xcode
Okay,
Visual Studio Safari
so let me go
Safari
back here.
1B 4B
So there's 4B, 1B,
12B
12.
20 heading level 2 models.
And these are all, so it says Gemma 3, which is Gemini, like open source. So they have Gemma and Gemini. These are all Google models.
Link view all right arrow. Name, size,
And this is a table.
contact input. Link Gemma 3. Latest.
Latest.
Button.
That's in label.
3.3 GB. 128K.
So this basically means it's 3 gigabytes and it's 128K context window. So we're not, so that's basically what this means.
Text, image.
Text image.
Link Gemma 3. 200 button. Link
Oops,
Gemma
sorry.
3. 270
I'm
M.
all about the huge context windows.
Me too.
Button 292 MB. 32K.
Now this one's only 32K because it's, remember the 70 million, remember what I talked about? So the context window went down.
Text. Link. Gemma 3. 1B.
This is the 1 billion parameter.
Button. 815 MB. 32K. Text. Link. Gemma 3. 4B. Latest. Button. 3.3 GB. 128K. Text. Image.
See, that one's text and image. So if you wanted to put images through this, you could.
Link. Gemma 3. 12B.
This is a 12B.
Button. 8.1 GB.
So remember, it's 8 gigs for storage, but that does not mean it will take 8 gigs of RAM. Okay, it'll probably take a little bit more.
128K. Text. Image.
What's a
Link,
good rule
Gemma
of
3,
thumb
27B.
when trying to figure out the difference, or like when trying to figure out basically the rule of like, okay, I have X amount of RAM I can use up, so I can afford to have X billion or whatever token, not token, X billion, whatever word I'm looking for, parameter, model running.
So,
Like,
yeah.
what's a good rule of thumb to kind of calculate what the biggest one you can get away with is?
So yeah, so for example, if you got a 16 gig machine for RAM, you could probably go with an 8 or maybe a 12. 12 is pushing it. And then of course for like 32, you could go with a 20 billion parameter potentially, or even
New
the
notification from Discord, comma,
12B.
Techopolis left parent, number Apple dash news, comma, Apple right
So,
parent, comma, 9 to
those
5 Mac dash
oh my
iOS
gosh,
26.1 just
Discord
gave
sucks.
Apple tickets
Okay.
music app a convenient news tweet dot one of one window.
Okay, there we go. Those are just Apple News feeds that go through our Discord channel for important Apple news. Anyway, so those are kind of some rules of thumb. You want to
Awesome.
keep the, like, you don't want to have the same amount of RAM
Sure.
for a model as what you have on your system.
So would it
that
be a
you
good
currently have.
idea to really, like when you're not running anything, to go look at your activity monitor or whatever the Windows equivalent is and sort of see, like on a normal use moment, how much RAM you've got free?
Yeah, that could be helpful.
And then run whatever billion is just below that, basically?
Yeah, or, things like that. But if you have, of course, once our application comes out, it will tell you like, hey, this, you can't run this on your device, or it may be slow, or this will be great for your device, right?
No, you're good.
Hopefully our stuff comes
I'm
out
just
soon.
trying to, like, for those out there that are kind of wondering on their own how to determine what models might work on their machine, you know? I just thought it would be good
Yeah.
to take a second and talk about like how you can kind of estimate that.
So basically, there are some general rules, right? So
Yeah.
if the model, if you're 16 gigs of RAM, which is what I have, I typically would want to run 8 so 8 billion, because it could take either 10 or 12 gigs of RAM depending
Yeah.
on the model. So that'd be a little bit pushing it. If it's a 12B, I could maybe do it because it could take 14 gigs of RAM. That'd be very close. I'd have to not have anything open. And then, of course, I can't run a 20 billion parameter.
Right.
Also, some of the models, when you click on them, will say how many gigs of RAM they take.
Right. Okay. Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just thought it would be good to take a second and talk about that.
Yeah. So, are you going to be playing with this, Laurel?
Oh, absolutely. You better believe it.
So, let's try another one. And I've got, about, 19 minutes left. So we'll try one more and then we'll wrap it up. And then I'll check chat. But hopefully this was really helpful. So let's try.
Text link.
Not
Text 1 8 but
27B.
link. Text link. Gemma 3. 12B. Text
Not
1
with that
3
either. I
point
can't do
button.
that one.
Latest.
Let's do.
Link. Gemma 3. 4B.
Is there an 8B
Link
over
button.
here?
Latest. Link. Text third 8 button. Link. Gemma 3. 1B. Text link.
No,
But
let
8
me
third text link.
try.
Latest button. 3.100 text link.
Let me
Gemma
see.
3. 12B. But 8 1 text link. Gemma 3. 20 but 7 1 text heading level 2 readme. Text.
Okay, so let me try
button. Link text.
Let's
Link
see.
Gemma 3. 12B. Text 1 3
Don't wanna do
button.
that
Latest.
one.
Link Gemma 3. 4B.
We'll just do this
Gem
4B
page
for
menu.
now.
Reader
It'll be
available.
easy.
Visited.
So I'm
Link
gonna click
heading
on this
level 2
model,
the current.
and you'll
Most
notice.
vision. Heading level 2 the current. Most capable model that runs on a single GPU.
And you'll notice it has different, like a description, and then.
Vision. 270M. 1B. 4B. 12B. 27B. Updated 7 months ago. A2F6CC3M7F.3.3 GB.
Okay.
Link model. Arch. Gemma 3. Dot. 4.3b. Parameters.
So that's the parameters 4.3b.
4. Dot. Quantization.
And these are all things that are really advanced. I'm not going to explain all of this right now,
Q4 underscore K underscore M.
but because that's just really like advanced, that'll take me about 20-30 minutes to explain the quantization stuff. But really what you have to know is how much it will run on your RAM. Quantization in short terms means that basically it kind of compresses the model almost like a zip file to try to run in smaller hardware, but that could mean less quality. Okay, that's the dumbed down version of quantization. Okay. So it tries to like, compress the model as much as it can to try to run on worse hardware. But again, that can lead to worse quality. Okay, so that's just something to know. Again, we're not going to cover that right now because that will take me a while to explain. But let me keep going.
3.3 link license. Gemma terms of use last modified.
License.
8 point link params. Left brace stop. Left 70 link template.
Template. This is for
Left brace left 300
modifying
heading
it.
level 2 readme. Google Gemma 3 log heading level 2 the current most
find
capable
it real
vision
quick.
201 412 27b
Oh,
heading level 2 readme.
Mm.
Heading level 2 models. Heading level 3 text.
Text.
Heading level 3 multimodal vision. Heading level 3 quantization aware. Heading level 2 evaluation.
There's a lot of stuff in here, and then you'll find the poll.
Heading level 3 benchmark results. Heading level 4 reasoning, logic, and heading level 4 multilingual capabilities.
So this one you might be interested in, Laurel.
Table 5 column benchmark column 1 of 5.
These are what are called benchmarks. So they test these models against certain things and then they publish the results. So you can look at these later, but for example, multilingual.
Gemma 3 PT 1B column 2 of Gemma 3 PT 4B column 3 of 5. Gemma 3 PT 12B Gemma 3 P row 2 of 8 benchmark. Link MGSM column 1 of 5.
Multilanguage.
Gemma 3 PT 1B 2.04 column 2
Again,
of
I'm
5.
not going to go into all these numbers because they can be really confusing.
Heading level 4 multimodal capable. Heading level 2 reference. Last heading level
where's the
2
pulling
out of
it? Hold on, let me go
toolbar.
back real
Image tool Gemma 3 table benchmark tape
The
heading out of
site has
toolbar.
changed
Gemma
since
3
I've
tape
used
ben
it
table
a
5
while ago, so I
Gemma
guess I have
3
to pull
PT
it.
1B
Let's see, hold on.
6.10 column met bench out of heading level 4 reasoning. These end row 7 shot out of
Let's
Gemma 3
pull
heading
it.
chat heading alarm run out of toolbar. Gemma
Oh,
3
right here, it's in
tape
my face.
benchmark table head these model end of table out of Gemma 3 to heading level 3 benchmark chat heading level 2 out of toolbar. Gemma 3
Here we
tape
go.
benchmark table 6
Let's see.
columns 21 rows.
Let me
Links menu
back.
bulk. Hell if eva big ben wine arc C.
See, I'm trying to go up.
Heading
real
level
quick.
4 reasoning. Lobby end of
And
tape
then
row
we
row
will-
6 of
I'll show you how to do this
row
real
2 benchmark. Row 1 of 27B alarm run Gemma 3.
Alright,
12B at cat.
so that's what you're looking for.
12B alarm run Gemma 3. 4B at cat. Gemma 3. 4B parameter model. Alarm run Gemma 3. 4B at cat. Alarm run Gemma 3 selected. 4B selected. It selected.
And they have different like titles. Like
Link
this is how
hell-
you can. Oh dear, I just copied this.
Row 1 of row 2 of 7 benchmark. Link
Hold on.
slag out of Gemma 3 270M.
This site is kind of
Out of
strange.
toolbar.
So
Gemma 3 tape Gemma 3
let me see.
head alarm run Gemma 3. 27B at cat. 20 alarm run Gemma 3. 12B at cat.
What we're gonna do for now, because I don't have much time,
Terminal.
is I'll show you.
space
Right, you
help.
kind of got the idea of how the model kind of worked. Right, the page. I'd explore that more later. But let me just show you if I wanted to pull the latest model, latest Gemma. I'll show you that real quick.
Use can
So I
space
just did
greater than
Control-C
use
to
can
exit.
space greater than use can greater than
Maybe?
hold send
on.
a message slash for
There
help.
we go. Let's see.
Dots 3 greater than
Oh,
use control plus D or slash by to exit.
Control D. They
Greater than
changed
send
this.
a message. Base tilt.
Oh, okay, Control D to exit. I'm like, what the world? Okay, anyway, so we're gonna do Olama, run.
O A
Sorry,
alarm
pull.
P U L pull G E A Gemma A
Oops.
A 3
3
Gemma 3
colon
A
latest,
T E
I
T
think.
pulling manifest Olenita 25S 69 MB slash
Maybe?
S42s.
Yes. So we're pulling it and then we're gonna run it real quick and then we'll wrap up. I'll take chats and we'll call it a day. Okay. So hopefully you guys have liked this. Again, I definitely explore this more later. We'll talk more about this next week. We'll just try like different applications. They've got the Olama GUI that just came out that I haven't really messed with yet. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about other things, but hopefully this was a good introduction to on-device AI.
End of text. Polling
I'm
manifest.
still working on it though,
65
so.
MB/S13s.
And then we'll run it. We'll ask the same question we always did. And then we will go ahead and wrap up. And we'll call it a day. So let's see. Is this still going?
Space. Polling
It
E
is.
25. Polling E08 new line. Polling 3001 polling beast verify end of polling DD084 C7D92 A3.
I guess the last
100% right.
I guess
Sorry.
the last kind of question or thought I have is like, so if people wanted to play with it this week with these models, how do people know what models are best for what? Like
Oh, that's a good question.
you know what I mean? Like what it's because like you can do anything from interactive text-based gaming or fictional writing or image generation or description or coding, or there's a lot of application, right?
Yeah.
How does
So
someone have an idea what model to choose best to play around with depending on their goals?
that's a good question. It really all depends. So there are some models that will say like code llama or code this. That usually means it's good for coding, right? Or some of them, like it won't always say like creative writing or other things, but that's where you could look at like the benchmarks. You could kind of look online because it really all depends. These models always change, right? But for starter models, I like Gemma because it's made by Google, so it's just like what we know about Gemini, right? So if you like Gemini, you'll probably like this, but it's the open source version, okay? So it could, you know, who knows, this Gemini 3 could lead to the next version of Gemini eventually, right?
Yeah.
So something like that. And then, of course, the llama models are kind of the standard. They're made by Meta. So if you've ever gone to Meta AI, so Meta.ai, Meta whatever.com, you could actually, see some of those models, of course, as well, like on that site. And then, other than that, like just play around with the models because, like, it all depends. Like, I can't really say what's better for what, but I have tried the Lava models, LLAVA. We talked about those a little bit earlier. Those are really good vision models. So is this Gemma model as well. So playing around with that and figuring out, okay, what do you want to do? And then figuring out the best model that will run in your hardware. It can be a balancing act, but definitely I recommend doing that.
Space. Till.
So
Awesome.
it's running. So let me or it's pulled. So
OLL.
it's
run GEMMA 3. Gemma 3.
colon
AATEST.
paste.
Dots 1456 dots 14 end of
Now
text
let me
dots
try
3
something.
4
Let me see if this
finder
will work real quick.
application list view table
I want to see if I can put in a screenshot so I'll describe it.
terminal table
Because this might be interesting
week
for people.
date list view table
So
row
let's see,
41 of
what work?
76 doc. So week
Okay.
4 week 4 screenshot
Let me put in the
2025-10-01 screenshot 20 terminal.
Here, let's do that.
Space greater than send LASEDESCRBETA pit slash users space added image apostrophe slash users slash Taylor slash desktop slash screenshot 2025-10-01 at 12:48.59 p.m. PNG dots 1456 dots 124
Okay.
dots 124 end of dots okay here s a
it's
period
describing it.
quotation mark at mode colon leg
Wait, maybe.
asterisk
Hold on.
PvP section light such as sync bottom L button to star and open my collected star notification learn how to star s timer star
wow.
s a small let me know me to zoom or interface.
See, it's like reading. Yeah, wow. It's describing this all right. So yes, it can do vision. Holy moly.
Space greater than
greater than greater than
new let me know if you new star shot new the screenshot shows the main menu of the Blizzard mobile game Hearthstone. It has a distinct, ornate, and Gothic-inspired art style, fitting with the game's theme. New line.
Let me try that again because I interrupted
it. The screenshot shows the main menu of the Blizzard mobile game Hearthstone. It has a distinct, ornate, and Gothic-inspired art style, fitting with the game's theme.
Okay.
New line. Star key elements. New line. Star menu tabs. Star there are 4 main tabs, positioned at the top of the screen, each offering access to a different game mode.
And this is very accurate, by the way.
Star Hearthstone. Star this is the core single-player campaign and quest mode. Star Battlegrounds. Star this is the PvP Battlegrounds mode. Star Arena. Star Star. This is the auto battle system for quick PvP matches. Star 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 modes. Star Star. This section likely provides access to various other modes, such as single player challenges. New line. Star 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 bottom elements. Star Star. Star 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 shop. Star Star A button to access the in-game store. Star 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 open packs. Star Star A button to purchase and open card packs. Star 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 my collection. Star Star A button to view and manage your collected cards. New line. Star 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 notification / tips bar. Star Star in the upper right corner, there's a notification bar displaying a tips message, encouraging players to learn how to use the live translation feature. New line. Star 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 bottom left corner. Star Star the game's timer is displayed, 12:48 p.m. New Star 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 player profile icon. Star Star there's a small icon representing the player's profile. New line. Let me know if you'd like me to...
What do you guys think about that? All I said was describe this, and that's what I got from this on-device model.
That is awesome. That's really cool.
Yes, it is. So things like this, I'm gonna go ahead and stop screen sharing because I'm
Finder,
running out of
Safari,
time.
Zoom.
I could
Us,
see a really
Zoom,
good use
audio
case for
now.
that, like on Mac, because I don't have Be My Eyes or whatever on my Mac, so I would appreciate having something like that for image description, you know?
And you can access it, Olama. So just do the Gemma latest. So Olama, pull Gemma 3:latest. Olama run Gemma 3:latest.
And you got to use your Mac
Terminal,
on
yes.
Mac.
There's the
How are you
GUI
getting a
I'm still
JAWS
playing with.
voice to read you that then?
I just literally press caps lock up arrow to read it.
I mean, like, how are you running the JAWS voice on Mac?
Oh, there's the eloquence voices that are already
Oh,
built into
that's
the.
right.
Yeah.
I don't use, I'm like, oh my gosh. Anyway, so it just always makes me default to running Windows on a Mac in my mind. You know what I mean?
Well, I do have Windows on this Mac also.
Yeah, I know you do. So
So
all
yeah,
of
let me
that
check chat real quick.
is in Terminal.
No chat. Okay. But yeah, there's also other GUIs and things we'll play with, but hopefully you guys got a good overview. I have to go soon, but any last questions? Hopefully you guys found this really cool. I did. I loved it.
I think it's very cool. I'm gonna try to figure out a different terminal app I can use or whatever, because I don't want to like mess up my computer, you know?
None of the other, no, well, but yeah, I need to head out. So,
Yeah. All right, well, same time, same place next Tuesday. See you guys.